Hello guys, Harry here. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you are well. So guys, you are seeing 6 watches in the video right now. Obviously, this is not a review of these 6 watches. I've already reviewed some of these on the channel anyway. The purpose of making this video today is to do a wrist shot of all these 6 watches ranging from 37mm to 42mm in case diameter, just to give you an idea of how these watches fit on my average wrist. My wrist size is 6.90 centimeter for reference, so hopefully that will give you an idea of how these watches or something similar in case size will fit on your wrist as well. I always do a wrist shot at the end of the video when I do a review of a particular watch, so I thought I'd collate all that into one video and just give you a wrist shot of watches ranging from 37mm to 42mm. Hopefully this video will help you in finding the right sized watch for your wrist, because I know for people in the watch community, buying the right sized watch for your wrist plays a big part when you are making a decision about buying a particular watch. Okay guys, so kicking it off with the watch that has the smallest case size on our list today. This King Seiko has a case size of 37mm and a very compact lug-to-lug distance of only 41mm, because lug-to-lug distance does make a big part in making a decision about buying a watch as well. So I thought that I'd throw that in there as well. So yeah, a small watch with 37mm case diameter, and it fits my wrist really nicely. Hopefully this will give you an idea how a 37mm case with a compact lug-to-lug distance will fit on your average wrist. This is a great example of a watch that will fit really nicely on a small wrist size as well. So a beautiful looking example of a King Seiko, early 1970s, and this is the only vintage watch in my collection at the moment. So the next cab off the rank is my Citizen JDM model. So the case size on this is 38mm, but the lug-to-lug distance is 46.5mm. You see how there's only 1mm difference in the case size, but the lug-to-lug difference goes up by nearly 5.5mm. So again, hopefully this will give you an idea of how a watch of this size will fit on your average wrist. And again, this is something people with small wrist size or smaller wrist size than myself should be able to pull off quite easily as well. A great example of a JDM model. I absolutely love the dial on this. If you haven't seen the full review of this watch, you can see that on my channel. Again, I really love the dial on this watch. There you go, guys. The next watch on my wrist is my Seiko Pratchet from the Sharp Edge range. Absolutely love the dial on this watch, especially in this deep red color. I always say this is my entry into the Grand Seiko world. Now, the case size on this is 38mm with a lug-to-lug distance of 47mm. Still quite on the compact side. I think people with smaller wrists than myself should be able to pull this off, but you need to be mindful of one thing. Because of the bezel-less, when I say bezel-less, you don't see a bezel that you will see on a sports or a diver's watch. So you see a lot of dial on this watch, so you need to be mindful of that. It might appear to be a bit larger on the wrist than its true size, so always be mindful of the kind of watch or the style of watch that you are buying before making a decision. There you go, another Seiko on the wrist. This is from the Prospect range with a gilt dial. Now, I've got all the Japanese watches in this video today. I believe that Seiko and Citizen are a master of making watches look smaller on your wrist. And this is another example. Now, I don't have the 40mm case. This is 40.5, so close enough. But again, the lug-to-lug distance falls in that 46.5mm size. So again, really compact on the wrist, looks absolutely fantastic as well. There's no lug overhang at all, and has a lot of wrist presence as well. I actually really like this watch. I haven't reviewed it on the channel because I only got it about 2 weeks ago. So it's been on my wrist for about 2 weeks. I'm just trying and testing it before I do the review. And I always like to test watches on my wrist for a fair amount of time before reviewing them on the channel. So this will be on the channel shortly. Here you go, guys. The second last watch on my wrist today is this Casio Oceaninis. The case size on this watch is 41 millimeters, but the lug-to-lug distance is 49.5 millimeters. You see how the case size doesn't increase by that much from the previous example of that Seiko that I just gave you, the Seiko Prospects, but the lug-to-lug distance does increase significantly. And I know lug-to-lug length is one of those measurements that a lot of people pay a lot of attention to while making a decision about buying a watch, but you can still see there's no lug overhang at all. It fits my wrist really, really nicely. So if you fall in the same wrist size category as myself, you should be able to pull this off. So anything close to about 50 mil, you should be able to pull off without having that lug-to-lug distance problem. There you go, guys, the final watch on my wrist for this video. This is another Seiko from the Pratchet range. The case size on this is actually 42 millimeters, and it has a lug-to-lug length of 48.5 millimeters. So even though the case size is bigger than the Casio I just showed you earlier, the lug-to-lug length is a tad bit smaller, and there's no lug overhang at all. As you can see, it fits my wrist really, really nicely. And because this is a diver's watch, it has a proper bezel. The size of the case actually reduces because it has to make way for that bezel on the case as well. It appears to wear a little bit smaller than having a Pratchet, for example, that I showed you earlier, which is all dial and there's a minimal bezel on that case. So hopefully this will help you in making a decision when buying a watch of a similar size that I showed you in this video today. And if you fall in the same category as my wrist size, and hopefully you will find this video to be useful. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you with my next video shortly. Until then, stay safe and look after one another. Thank you again.